Welcome, Magic players, for the viewing of all rest of the codes. I'll put in the description a little cut and paste thing of what all the 10 codes are, just in case you don't have all the rest of them. But it looks like finally we got them all. So let's just go with code 6, which should be GDZDJC, which I have already entered that one, so that's why it says this one's not valid, but it should be valid for you. Code 7 is HTRNPW. New cards have been unlocked. Let's look at code 8, NCTFJN. New cards have been unlocked. Let's look at code 9, PCNKGR. New codes have been unlocked. And finally, GPCRSX. New cards have been unlocked. So we're not supposed to have these yet, but now we've got 40 cards unlocked, which is where we were supposed to be, you know, with expansions, and we've got them. So let's take a look at what all of these new additions are. Chandra's has gotten Lightning Bolt earlier. It got, what else did it get earlier? I don't know, we'll see. It got a Chandra's Phoenix earlier. It got, Sulfuric Vortex is one of the new cards. This card is sweet. It puts both players on a clock, and this second ability will completely shut down the life gain deck. The only problem is, by the time you get this out, you would have to hope that you have very close to, if not more life than the life gain deck, otherwise it might not necessarily help you, but very good card for sure. We got a Chain Reaction earlier, Furnace of Wrath earlier. Let's see what else. Hostility. If a spell you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage. Put a 3/1 Elemental Shaman with haste onto the battlefield for each damage prevented this way. So that's pretty sweet. It gets another Inferno Titan, which there's still one over here I have locked. So double Inferno Titan is bonkers. Chandra's deck is going to be nuts at this point. Dragon Mage, each player discards his or her hand and draws 7 cards. I don't really like that too much. I guess it depends. I don't know. It might not be too bad, because I suppose by the time the burn deck is going to be casting this, they're going to be out of burn, so you can refresh your hand. But a lot of new powerful cards for Chandra. Let's see what this dude's got, though. We've already opened up... Oh, a Primordial Hydra, that stinks. We don't want another one of those. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's not too bad. It doesn't have any additional abilities like Trample or anything, but it's a low-cost creature, so it'll end up getting better over time. So yeah, I could see that being played in here. Dungrove Elder is sweet. Genesis Wave we've already seen. Nice! Obstinate Baloth. The Elf deck has a, I don't know how they'll pronounce it, I haven't looked at his name to like actually figure it out, but Thratgust or whatever the hell he's called. This dude was the guy before him. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. And this second part was awesome for the metagame at the time. There was a lot of discard going on. So, but the whole like gaining 4 life and being a blocker is a real pain in the butt for red to deal with. So this is a huge benefit to green. It definitely, especially if it doesn't have as much early game, which this one doesn't, that can be a nice meat shield to help slow off their offense and gain you life in the process. So it's really good. We've already gotten Vorapede, which is amazing. Nice! Avenger of Zendikar. Yeah, he's awesome. You get an army of little plants, and they get bigger, and he's awesome. We've already seen... No, whatever, I don't care. We've already seen Biorhythm, and Verdant Force are in there as well, so... Couple of sweet cards for sure. Let's take a look at what Jace has. Jiggity Jace. What else did you add since the last videos? I wonder if I should just delete all my other videos now. Dream Fracture. Counter a spell, its controller draws a card. And you draw a card. Well, that's interesting. I guess if you wanted to counter your own spell, you could draw 2 cards, so that's kind of something. But I guess since it's a mill deck... I mean, you don't want to give your opponent a card, but at the same time, it is a counter spell, so that's important. So it probably should stay in. It helps mill an extra 1. Stroke of Genius. I don't know if it's really going to fit in this deck. Sword of Body and Mind. Nice. This deck doesn't necessarily attack you very much, so I don't know if it will fit in here at all. The card itself is amazing, but whether it belongs in here, it probably doesn't, simply because you rarely attack. You're not supposed to win with damage in this deck. Body double we got as well. It's a very awkward card, but it makes a lot of sense. We've already seen that. Nice, another Traumatize. When I first saw this card, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was from Unglued or something. But it's not. It's real. Let's see what Goblins gets. God, now I need to trim all my decks and fix them all up. It's already gotten a Goblin Guide, which is amazing. A Goblin War Strike, which I'm going to have to use to test it out, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be really solid. What else did we get? Nice, another Instigator. That's sweet. This dude... he doesn't pull off often, but when he does, it's awesome. Another Arms Dealer, which I was a huge advocate for using Arms Dealer originally when a lot of people weren't running him. But now with the addition of 10 cards, which I know like 6 or 7 of them are really amazing, I'm probably not going to have room for Arms Dealer anymore. Goblin Artillery we've already seen. Maybe. Goblin Chieftain we've already seen. What else? Nice! A second Ringleader? That's sick. That's it. Goblins, oh, a third Reckless one? I was thinking on cutting all of mine. So I'm not sure on that. But more importantly, a second Siege Gang. Why is there only one Siege Gang commander in here? Where did he go? Come here. Come here, thank you. A second Siege Gang commander. Oh my god, Goblins are so freaking good. Goblins just got nasty. So did Obedient Dead, though. I already know a couple of the bombs this thing's gotten. Nantuko Shade we've already seen. Diabolic Tutor. It's okay. Is it rare? Really? This is supposed to be uncommon. Whatever. I don't think it's going to fit my build, but we'll have to find out. It gets you your best card, or whatever card you need most at that particular time. But I much prefer this guy. Phyrexian Obliterator. Some of you guys might know him from the challenge Obliterate This. He's nuts. He's amazing. Oh, he's awesome. Like, there's nothing about it. We've already seen Dread, Grave Titan, Hellcarver Demon. I haven't seen him before. When he deals damage to a player, sacrifice all other permanents you control and discard your hand. Exile the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast any number of non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. What? That is funky. So you get rid of everything else in hopes that the 6 cards on the top of your library will be enough to set you over the top in case you didn't kill them automatically? I don't know, that's very interesting. I know that could definitely be abused in some sort of Magic decks, but this isn't the exact quite same as Constructed. Massacre Worm, oh my freaking god. This dude blows people out of the water. He's amazing. Run him. Another Nightmare. Nightmare is sweet. Nightmare is nostalgic. I like it a lot. He's probably not going to fit in the deck. Runescarred and Grizzlebrand, those aren't unlocks. But there's all the rest of the foily unlocks. I don't think there's any I took out, was there? Oh, a Phage the Untouchable, and a second Reaver Demon. Let's take a look at Peacekeepers. Yeah, all of these decks are now a lot better, which is funny. A Quarter Paladin, wow. Because it's just going to completely change the metagame now. And people without these codes are in a massive world of hurt. You got a second Guardian's Pledge, a second Intrepid Hero. No way! Sun Titan, yes! He is amazing. Every color has a Titan. 2012 used Grave, Primeval, and Inferno, but I always wanted to get a Sun Titan. And none of the games have used Frost Titan, probably because Frost Titan would be too confusing for people, but Sun Titan is ridiculously amazing. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, something with casting cost 3 or less comes back. So let's say, what do I have over here? Oh, an Attended Knight? Sure, I'll put an Attended Knight into play, which puts another 1/1 into play. Glorious Anthem, if you destroyed my Anthem, I'll get my Glorious Anthem back. What about my O-Ring? If you destroyed my O-Ring, I'll get it back and pop something else. It's amazing. Completely amazing. Sun Titan is God. Let's see what Exalted got. Is Exalted finally able to contend with the other decks now? Demonic. See, this is so much better than Diabolic Tutor. It's the exact same thing for 2 less. Absolutely. This card is a must run. Diabolic, not so much. Demonic Tutor is amazing. We've already seen the extra Spirit Mantle. A Mortify, nice. Creature or enchantment. It goes great with Pillory of the... I was thinking Vindicate. Vindicate's in here too, right? Yeah, over here with Vindicate. It's sort of similar. Not quite the same, but really sweet. It already got Worship, which is just complete nuts. Like, this shouldn't exist in this type of game. It's automatic. I win against blue, against red. Green is only going to have a couple answers for it, maybe. So, Worship is complete nuts. We've already talked about that, didn't I? I get confused now with all these different vids. Divinity of Pride. I hate these weird mana symbols, but that's just myself. Flying Lifelink, +4/+4 as long as you have 25 or more life. Well, that's interesting. I mean, casting 5 for a 4/4 Flying Lifelink by itself is fine. This extra ability is just gravy. It's just icing on the cake. So he's pretty cool. And then Angel of Despair is amazing. I mean, she looks kind of ugly, but I wouldn't mess with her. And she blows up whatever is most threatening on their board. You know, whatever it is that you can't deal with, it's gone. Problem solved. She's awesome. Let's see what Elf's got. Elf already got that War Caller over there. Another Beast Within. This card is so freaking good. Beast Within is awesome. Mana Plasm. When you cast a spell, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is that converted mana cost. I don't know about that. I probably wouldn't use it. I suppose it could eventually get nuts, but it has no abilities, so it just gets chump blocked by a 1/1. We've seen Spawn Rife. Natural Order. Really? Natural Order, huh? Sacrifice a green creature. Search your library for a green creature and put it into the battlefield. I believe people like to use this crap with, like, Progenitus. I'm not sure if it's a different card, but I think it's Natural Order. So, I'm not sure if it necessarily fits in a limited format, but who knows. Another Vengevine, so that's cool. It got... I love how, by the way, in real life, in paper, she's 4/4, but whatever reason, in the arcade game, Wizards wanted to make her a 4/5. I don't understand. It seems kind of dumb. Like, why make her stronger but nobody else? Anyway, another one of these guys. These dudes are easily one of the best creatures of Standard right now, Thragtusk. Because it says leaves the battlefield and not dies. If somebody, like, puts O-Ring on him, boom, you get a token. And you blow up that O-Ring with the acidic slime, he comes back, you gain 5 life, and he's still here to deal with again. He's just really useful. He's so good. Gaining 5 life is a huge hassle for red to overcome. Plus, obviously, he's a beater, that when he, you know, can soak up damage and die, he produces more soak-upable damage and die in the form of a beast. He's so good. Soul of the Harvest, he's pretty solid. I think we've already seen him, though. Gigantomancer sucks. Decree of Savagery, I'm not sold on that, but who knows. So there's Elves. Elves. Crosswinds, let's see if blue has finally mustered up some power enough to compete with the rest of the stuff that we've seen now. Another, don't call me right now, thank you. Another Rite of Replication, so that's awesome. Making lots of tokens of stuff is sweet. It's already gotten Bribery, which is amazing. Followed Footsteps. Not quite sold on this personally, because the deck itself doesn't have anything you want to copy, but you usually will copy your opponent's best creature instead, and then get an extra one every turn is the thing, so that's awesome. Future Sight. It's kind of cool. The penalty of having your opponent know what the hell's on top that you're getting next is kind of mitigated in the fact that this isn't constructed, but I don't know. It's still a solid card in my opinion. It got another Time Warp. Blatant Thievery, I've never heard of this. For each opponent, gain control of target player that player controls. Okay, well, you wouldn't use this in 1v1, but if you're a plane chase guy, or, you know, a 4v4 melee free-for-all, you would definitely use this. And then Day of the Dragons. When it enters the battlefield on... I think actually there's one normally to unlock, so you guys are already probably aware of what this does. But it makes a bunch of dragons, which is awesome, because dragons are sweet. Who doesn't like dragons? Celestial Light. What did you get? It's already got an extra one of those. Already got an extra one of those. Nice, another White Sun Zenith. I probably wouldn't use two. I was actually just in a two-headed giant game where I casted the same White Sun Zenith multiple times because I kept getting it back. So it doesn't really fit the theme of the deck, but because you can get it back, you know, it's good just to hold on to until you have nothing else to do, cast it, and maybe get it again. And create lots of stuff in the way. It got another Chastise, which, not quite sure. No way, really, Martial's Anthem. That's sweet. It's the same thing as, like, Honor the Pure and Glorious Anthem, except the fact it costs a little bit more, but it gives you a chance to get stuff back from your graveyard, which is really helpful, so that's cool. Another Archon of Redemption, I don't really care about that. It already got a second Baneslayer, which is amazing. Another Beacon of Immortality, I don't care about that. And it looks like that's all this one got. Born in Flame. Have we looked at this yet? I think this was the first one we looked at. Yeah, because we looked at the double Inferno Titan already. So, anyway, guys, there is all of the cards. If you guys don't have the rest of the cards, then, because this is really just, what, 6 through 10, or 7 through 10? 7 through 10. You know, there's still the other videos up there, but I'll probably copy and paste the codes into the description as well. So now that all of these are up, I can finally finish unlocking the rest of this stuff, because I've been trying to get Obedient Dead up here, and you can see I'm close. But now that everything is full, I'll be able to finalize what I like for my builds. Maybe, hopefully, a couple decks I'm stuck. And then once I feel like everything's done, I might even be able to make some deck building videos itself. And I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on how I would want to do that in a way where it's not like, do this or bust or your deck sucks type of deal. Because obviously everyone's different in different situations and stuff. So hopefully now that all these stupid unlock videos are done with, we can start getting some games in here and kind of see how things want to go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys can start kicking some tail with an extra 10 cards than most of your opponents. So thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Catch you later. MTG out.